Well, hi everyone. I'm excited. This is Connie Weinhold. I'm so excited because we are continuing in this beautiful goal setting and vision board creating. And I find that that is something that is very important for us. And Lynette had said something like, be a two percenter. And I think that's really important and the key. Uh, and I profusely want to thank you now, Lynette, for being available to do this for us. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate this opportunity to start the year strong and to build towards success. Thank you, Lynette.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, like you said, being a two percenter, that means there's lots of work behind it. In last time when we had the first session, you talked about building the bridge. So where does it start, building the bridge? First, you need the vision of a bridge, right? So that's the key to get started. And that's where most people don't even get to having a vision, to see the bridge, right? So, like you can see here in this slide, the first key is your vision. The vision of this is the bridge I want to build. And in order to have this vision, you need to know your why. Your why and your vision, they go together. Without a why, there is no vision, and without a vision, there is no why. And this is what keeps you going. If the why is clear, it keeps you going. It keeps you focused, like we said in our last session. The second key is the plan, your action plan. You have to plan. And that's, again, like we said, the 2%, that's where most people stop. If they have the vision, they don't sit down to take this time to actually plan. And I mean, plan, you see a piece of paper and you see a pen or a pencil. You have to write it down. If it's not written, it doesn't exist. It's not a plan. It's an idea, maybe, but it's not a plan. So, and the shortest pencil is more effective than the longest memory.
Yeah.
So, therefore, have the pencil ready and write down a plan, an action plan with has to be smart. It means to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be attainable. And there has to be a time span. So that's why it's so important to actually plan. And then once you have the plan, the third key, sorry, there's a mistake, not the second key two times. The third key is actually do the steps. Once you have the vision, you have the plan, then you do the steps. That's how you actually build a bridge, and that's how you'll reach your dream or yeah, whatever you have seen in your vision. And if I go now to the next slide, that's if you see there this illustration with the bicycle, we start and we think this is our plan, and that's the how we are going to reach our goal. It's a straight line, but that's not how it is. Can you see my second slide?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the reality is you start and there comes the first obstacle. You have to find a way how to cross this obstacle. And then maybe you have again a ride that's a little bit more smooth. And then again, you have to be creative, another obstacle. Maybe you have to cross rivers and oceans and fires and snakes and holes and storms. So whatever you can imagine, anything can happen on this journey to success. That's reality. And another illustration, what people think success looks like. And here you can see this kind of disaster, that's what actually happens. And I think that's what we're experiencing right now with when we did this webinar. So all the obstacles that we had and still have, that's that's how road to success looks like. So the journey to success is not a straight line. That's what makes it so challenging. And that's where most people stop. Maybe they have this great vision, they want to build a bridge, they start great, But then comes the first obstacle and the second obstacle, and that's very often where they stop because it's too hard. It's not for me or whatever. So if the why is not clear, the driving force, that's exactly where people give up. So embrace the potential for growth during these challenging moments. So if we're facing maybe stumbling blocks, let's use them to make a ladder. Or like the saying goes, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Be creative, find different ways, and that's what builds muscle. That's what makes you stronger, even though it's not comfortable, and that's not what we would like to. We want to go straight to our goal, but that's the reality. And here another illustration. So you are now maybe in this hole and you have no idea how you're going to get up to reach your goal. But it's actually what you learn here in the valley, in those deep or difficult moments, in the struggles, that what what gets you here to the top. But you have to stay focused. You have to have clarity on your why, and you have to keep moving and do the uncomfortable action, do the steps. So that's the point where you have to choose between taking action or doing the things that are not comfortable and pursue your dreams or settling for a life in a backyard. So the choice is yours. It will not happen just by chance. No, it's hard work. You have to pursue the dreams and not settle for less. What comes in the way, one of the obstacles that can come into our way is procrastination. Procrastination is, there are so many important things that we have to do, like sitting on my desk, and then comes to my mind, okay, maybe I should go and clean my kitchen first. And then I clean my kitchen. Okay, now it's actually time to make well, something to eat. Then you eat, and then comes the evening, and then now I'm tired. Now day is over. No, I haven't done anything what I actually wanted, right? So that's what procrastination does. It keeps pushing the things in front of you instead of moving the needle, instead of actually doing something. So that's why a plan is important. If you don't have a plan, procrastination, if not any other obstacle, procrastination will keep you from doing these things because it's easier. And we always tend to travel the easier road. That's our natural tendency. Sit down, to plan, to actually do the steps, that's difficult. That's hard work. And that's the uncomfortable action. So that's why there are actually only, like the different studies say, only 2% that really are willing to do the hard work and do the steps, no matter the cost. So, and this is also another illustration of the importance of your why, your vision and your why. Here in the middle of the circle, this question mark, that's the driving force. It's the engine that drives you. Once you have the clarity on your vision and on your why, that gives you purpose. And then you will find the how and the what, or the what, and then the how. Yes, but if you are not clear in the center of this golden circle of what you actually want, you will never find the what and the how. It's always difficult. It's always kind of fuzzy. And that's why, that is what actually provides momentum. You know, if momentum, you have often heard this word momentum, it has to do with movement. So that's what keeps you in the movement, the doing the steps. That's this inner force, this inner driving force that propels you forward, greater than the sum of leadership skills you might have, whatever you have studied, whatever strategies you know, in whatever resources you have combined. It doesn't bring you far if you don't have this driving force. So that's what brings success. That's why they keep talking about momentum, because that's actually what brings you there, what gets you there, what brings you from one point to the other, no matter the obstacles, no matter the difficulties. So therefore, first step, define your why based on your vision. Second step, then you can work on your what and on your how. And Lauren Ray is one of my trainers, and he says you cannot do anything you don't believe in. You can't do anything if you don't believe in it. So, or like I think Augustine said it, if you want to ignite something in others, it has to burn in you first. So that's again brings us back to our why. If we have this why burning in us, driving us, then we are able to overcome these obstacles. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but next week or next month, because it keeps us like the GPS, like I said in our last session, it brings us back. It always brings us back. Might be moments we are kind of drifting, but then again, you remember, okay, this is what I wanted, and that's why I'm doing this. And I won't forget, this is why I'm doing it. And then it keeps me going. And have you heard about I imagine you have heard about the law of Newton. It says, it talks about this object that remains in motion. Yeah. So like this, I don't know how you call this, but anyways, if you let it fly, right, it moves the other elements. So what can stop this movement? Only an external force. The external force can be an obstacle, it can be resistance, it can be fear, it can be discouragement. That can stop us, but it's external. So the why is internal. So as long as you keep focus on your why, it keeps driving the movement. It keeps moving the things. All areas in your life will kind of move if you are focused on your why, if you have clarity on your why, and if you just keep going. So don't let external forces stop you. Never. So the third step is move. Energy comes into motion when we move. Motivation comes with movement. As when we stop moving, then everything stops. So that's what sometimes happens after, like, we have now reached a goal. And now what? So what's the driving force now? What is our why now? Okay, and then that's exactly what happens, what we can see today. Obstacles come. Okay, I don't have a driving force to show up anyways. That's what we can see when the why is not clear. I mean, of course, there can be sometimes come things in between, but normally I can say that for myself. If I really want to, I'm there. I find a way to be there, right? So therefore, take the uncomfortable action and keep moving and do it anyways. So this is where we stopped or started, I don't know, last session with this, I call it Wheel of Healthy Home Business. And this is what I heard from what you shared and what I also thought is important, the different areas of the healthy home business. Here in the center, we could say there is a why, there is a vision. For me, I have put it this way. My vision is to help people to heal their home. One home at a time, one body at a time. Yes, one more with a focus on one more. So, and my mission, the mission helps us to align our vision, our goals, and to keep moving. So my mission is to bring hope and healing to every home in Paraguay and beyond. So how am I going to do that? You can, of course, have different how to say it, different areas. You can name them differently, but I thought this is what kind of works for all of us. Reach out one-to-one. We all can, we know the importance of following up. So if we have contacted the person, follow up. Then another thing we could do is, I think all of us can do that, organize an event, invite people for coffee or whatever. And we all could work on collecting testimonials, share testimonials. And we all have to work on manage the product info, know about the product, be informed about promotions. So managing this information when people ask you and you don't know, you always have to first find the material, and it's difficult. It makes it you lose people in the meantime, right? And I think something important Lolita mentioned last time, train the leaders. So once you see there is someone that has a potential as a leader, train them to do exactly this, right? So that they can be successful and know their why, have their vision, and then think about the what, the how, and the what, or the what. This would be the what, right? This is what we could do. So the next question would be how. So if I now would do the next step, then I would ask everyone to measure yourself from 1 to 10. How good are you? How good am I in reaching out people one-to-one? From 1 to 10. Is it a 5? Is it an 8? So, and mark it there on one of the spokes. How good am I in following up? From 1 to 10. Mark yourself, give yourself a grade and mark it on the spoke. Is it 5 in between? Is it an 8? Is it less than a 5? Mark it on the spoke. And then how good am I in organizing events? Mark yourself again from 1 to 10. How good am I in collecting and sharing testimonials? Mark yourself from 1 to 10. How good am I in, how do I grade myself in managing the product information or when a promotion comes, and how good knowing and giving people the information, and how good am I in training the leaders? Maybe there are aspects I haven't done at all yet. So then give yourself a 1, not a 0. But that shows that's an area that you need or I need to improve. So if you now connect the points that you have marked, let's say here's a 5, here is an 8, here is a 2, and here is a 6, here is, I don't know, a 7, and here a 1. And now, if you connect all the dots, how does your wheel look like? Imagine that's a wheel, and you would have to drive with such a wheel. How is your journey? So you can do this exercise with any area of your life. It shows you which are the weak areas you really have to work on, which you should improve, or yeah, it's like I always say it's like an X-ray showing you this is where you stand, and now you can decide to work on, let's say, train the leaders. I have to work on that. I have to decide to work on that. So what? That's the what. The next step would be, so what can I do to train the leaders? So what can I do to manage the product information better? Or what can I do to collect more testimonials, to share more testimonials? So that would be the what. That would be number 3, what to do. So the next step, once you have clarity on this, you have seen where you're standing at right now. Now it's time to start planning the concrete steps. And that's the mission, is when you actually start moving, putting the vision, the why, and all of it into motion. So that's mission. You go and start applying these things. So the mission statement, it could be, or it should align your objectives towards that purpose that you have, or that we have, one more. And therefore you need clarity, because once you have this clarity, it creates confidence. This is what I want to do. This is what I have to do. This is what, yeah, I should do. And then you stay with it in a consistent manner. Consistency creates momentum. It's not just a one moment and okay, today, yeah, okay, I decide to work on this today and then I forget about it. No, it's consistency. What can I do every day? Is there one step I can do every day to improve, to grow in this area? Don't start with all the 6 areas at once. Choose one. Start with one. Do one step, but do it consistently. And once you start moving, you will notice that all the other aspects will also start moving. That's what momentum does. So therefore, consistency creates momentum. And focus shapes destiny. So always stay focused. Therefore, this symbol of GPS there in the middle. So always keep in mind, what deep longing do you feel in your heart? What drives you? What is your why? And then decide on the what and on the how. But that's much easier once this is clear. And then you can start preparing your irresistible sales offer. The sales offer is based on your vision, is based on your mission, and answers these questions. Why, what, how, and who. So, and your why powers the how. So there is a model how you can have all these elements together in one sentence. As, well, you. How would you present yourself? Who are you? So I could, for example, I say as Rise with Style coach, I help who? I help women to do what? To become visible and strong and healthy. How? Through coaching offers and through products taken from God's pharmacy. And the expected results, that they feel better and that they are healthier in their body, and that will affect their whole life and their family in their home. So those are the expected results. So that's how you can put it into one sentence. And that's your sales offer. When people ask you, what do you do? That's your answer. One sentence. And all in one sentence. And then you have it clear, your why, your what, the how, and who. And then here's your why worksheet, the goal setting. So your why, like we keep saying and mentioning, is also known as your mission, your reason for doing what you're doing. So when you have a goal or a dream and you do the work and truly define and identify the why behind it, that's the key to your success. Because like I keep saying, it keeps you going. It's your engine. It's your drive. It keeps momentum up. So therefore, write your goal and write it in a manner as if it is already there, as if it's happened. So what's your why behind it? So help women to feel better. So what's your why behind it? And explore your deeper why behind your why. So why is that important? So if I do coaching one-on-one, I have an exercise that's called 7 levels deep. So I keep asking, why is this important to you? Why is this important to you? And why is this important to you? If you do that 7 times, you will come to your deeper why. So my deeper why brings me to the fact I don't want to end up like my mom, and I don't want others to end up like my mom. Like, as you know, I've told you probably that she was, I say, eaten by cancer, really wasted away. So I don't want to end up like my mom, and I don't want anyone to end up like that. That's my
Mhm.
deeper why behind everything I do, and that keeps me driving. And sometimes I'm tired, and sometimes I think, is it worth all the hustle and bustle? No, I don't want to end up like that. I don't want anyone to end up like that. If I can do anything to prevent that, I will keep moving. So that's my deeper why. And then the final step, make it visible. So this create your vision board. So the vision board is not just a collage of pictures, no, or of motivational words or whatever. No, it has to have this process. Only then you can create your vision board. Because your vision board then becomes a powerful visual tool that helps you to see where you want to get. It's a powerful tool because, like Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can see it in your mind, and if you can visualize it and make it visible in a picture, in a photo or something, or maybe you find a quote that helps you to make it kind of like a pin visible for you, then you can do it. But as long as it is like kind of fuzzy in your mind, it's a cloud that promises rain, but it will never bring rain. It will disappear. So, but make it visible, make it clear as possible, then it will help you to also stay focused. This is what I want to be. I want to be like a city on a hill. It's seen from afar, a light. You can't hide a light. You don't serve this world if you hide your light. And we are called to be light. We are even called to be a city on a hill. So that means you have a strategic place, and your light shines so that from far away people will see the light, and it gives orientation, it gives direction, it gives clarity. And people in this world, we live in such a great time of confusion. People need someone that provides the clarity. So that's part of my vision. I want to be like the city built on a hill, or like a lighthouse that no matter the time, no matter the circumstances, no matter the storm, it's built on a rock, it's unique, and it always has the same message. No matter the storm, it's built on firm foundation, and it keeps sending the same message. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say. Of course, sometimes it will kind of rock on our building and on our dream and on our vision, but then we remember again, and then we remind ourselves again, okay, this is what I want, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So let's keep sending the same message of hope and clarity and orientation. So that's what I've prepared for today. And I think we can finish here. So everyone can is now responsible to do the steps. And if you need personal coaching, okay, I'm here. You can ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lynette. I can listen to you for hours.
Okay, let's keep going.
This is amazing information, and I love it because it goes very deep. And so I profusely want to thank you for your kindness and your love to share this and really, yeah, be an inspiration for us. So I'm going to finish the recording right now, and yeah, everybody do what our coach Lynette just told you, and it will help you to be a successful person. Thanks again, Lynette. And I will finish the recording. Thank you.
You're welcome.